I think in everyone's career, you always run into that possibility of being put in a box. But I really try to pick projects I really enjoy and characters I really love. And just to do things that I really have a fun time doing. So these types of genre films, I very much enjoy them. Like I have the most fun on set. But it's you do one thing and then you're like, oh, like that was depressing. Like I would really love to do a comedy. And so you just kind of have to give yourself what you need. I think India is so beautiful. I've always wanted to go. I've never made, but it's on my bucket list of places to go see for sure.
Being like a woman of color and, for a long time, as many people know this, it was very limited for us. And so also, I know people will also think like, oh, my character was a drug dealer on this show. Like, how do you feel about that? And
the Khans and Satyajit Ray. And I mean, there's such a long and storied history of Indian cinema. So.
Wow, you mean Shah Rukh Khan when you said that?
Yeah, and Salman, right, too?
Hello, everyone. I'm Rajani, and welcome to Speak Easy. I have a very special guest today. She has been successfully spooking you out for a while now, and she definitely has a knack for picking out some of the best thrillers. I'm talking about the very talented Madison Iseman. Welcome to Zoom and welcome to India, Madison.
Thanks for having me.
I was definitely right about the intro, wasn't I? You have been very successfully spooking people out.
I do love scary movies a lot. So, yes.
But then one thing that stays with you also is the screams.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know is now that you've done many, where do you know you're going over the top? And where do you know that this seems more natural and not creepy and seems, how do you check yourself on that?
I trust everyone I work with a lot. Very important for all of them to, kind of keep us on the same page. But that's also one of my favorite things about the genre is there's room for everything, and we can really create and have fun and like figure it out together. But we have an amazing showrunner, Sarah Goodman, who really kept us all in line, and she wrote the show, and she is our savior and our saving grace on keeping us all together. So honestly, it's up to them to really keep us in check because we get carried away sometimes.
It's obviously always fun to play flawed characters, right? But I want to know, especially in the series, I know what you did last summer, your character is doing some really flawed stuff. I want to know, do you ever sit and think about how you'd react to a situation like that, if it's a hit and run or otherwise? And do you judge your character at times?
It's interesting because it was very important for all of us to make these characters feel as real as possible. And so part of the thinking that goes in with that is, okay, what would I do? Is this a natural response? Like, would I react this way? So it's hard to say. I think we all ended up asking ourselves those questions, like, would we do this? Like, is this how we would respond? And you just need to make it make sense, like with the circumstances of what they're dealing with. So, I mean, do I judge my characters? Yes. It's hard not to judge everyone in the show a little bit because we all very much deal with the consequences of our actions throughout the entire show. And do they make the smartest decision half the time? Absolutely not. But what is the smart decision? It's a really hard question to ask yourself.
Is there a fear of getting boxed and getting only roles that are similar to that? And I know you've been trying to break out of that. What have been your difficulty in establishing that you are a 360-degree sort of an actor? And what do you think of our country? And have you seen Indian films?
Well, first, I think India is so beautiful. I've always wanted to go. I've never made, but it's on my bucket list of places to go see for sure. And as far as, it's interesting because you definitely, I think in everyone's career, you always run into that possibility of being put in a box. But I really try to pick projects I really enjoy and characters I really love. And just to do things that I really have a fun time doing. So these types of genre films, I very much enjoy them. Like I have the most fun on set. But it's you do one thing and then you're like, oh, like that was depressing. Like I would really love to do a comedy. And so you just kind of have to give yourself what you need. And I think more than anything, just do what you love because I think life's too short. So just work on the things you really want to. And I hope they all really, really love it. We worked so hard on it. And it's fun. It's a really fun show. It's scary. It's sexy. It's dark. So it's got kind of like all the ingredients for people to love it. So I do hope they like it a lot.
Thank you so much, Madison. This was so much fun. All the very best and lots of love from India.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Bye. Hello, everyone. I'm Gudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. I have very special guests today. I think you can never say no to a good old thriller, and especially when you have memories associated with something like this. I am, of course, inviting the stars of I Know What You Did Last Summer, Ashley Moore and Ezekiel Goodman, joining us from a very far off place right now. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to Zoom and welcome to India.
Good, thanks for having us. How are you?
When you're rehashing something or you're making and you're getting inspired from something and making, because there's so much memories associated with it, it can get tricky. So this question is for both of you. Were there doubts as to, or was the pressure of living up to that?
I think that obviously we wanted to follow in the tradition of the book and the movie, and we wanted to give the fans something that they would be happy and proud to watch and excited to watch. But it's enough work to do honor to our characters and our story. So to load up extra pressure on top of it, I think we tried to put that to the side while we were actually working, with the mindset that we wanted to do the best possible job we could and can keep the tradition alive.
Okay, what about you, Ashley?
Yeah, no, I agree with everything Zeke said. And then also Sarah Goodman, what she says is the books are of its time, the movie is of its time, and the show is of its time. So, to have that separation. But yeah.
Ashley, this question is for you. You've been a model, you've been dabbling in so many things. I want to know, as a model and someone who has also been an actor and is dabbling here, can you tell me what are the stereotypes that you have to fight for? And, is there a fear of getting boxed into one category or genre?
Oh, absolutely. And mainly just from being like a woman of color. And, for a long time, as many people know this, it was very limited for us. And so also, I know people will also think like, oh, my character was a drug dealer on this show. Like, how do you feel about that? And, but I think things have changed so much. And I feel like it's gotten better over time. And yeah, but I have struggled in my career with being limited to certain things based off of ethnicity,
And now do you feel that has like really, really changed? And do you see that happening around you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, to end it, what do you know about Indian films and any Indian actors you're aware of?
Yeah, there's a Tamil film that I really love called Subramaniapuram, which is really great. And obviously you have the Khans and Satyajit Ray, and there's such a long and storied history of Indian cinema. So. Wow,
you mean Shah Rukh Khan when you said that?
Yeah, and Salman, right, too? Yeah, I don't want to butcher anybody's name. But yeah.
I'm very impressed. You know our actors very good.
Just a little bit. I know that it's a long and fruitful tradition, and I've been wanting to explore it a lot more, actually.
All right, ending with that.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, Dr. Pachal has been on the top of my watch list for a very long time. So
fantastic. What about you, Ashley? About India and Indian films, actors?
I need to explore and span. Like I don't know much about. So yeah. This is something I need to work on, but I'm horrible with names also. So I'm like, I can't even speak with when it comes to that.
Okay, fair enough. I hope both of you visit our country soon. All the very best for I Know What You Did Last Summer. It looks really good. All the very best.
Oh,
Thank you.
Love.
Thanks so much.